I feel injustice in every trial I've had. I've been stitched up left, right and centre. I've been prosecuted for things I haven't done. I've been imprisoned. They've put my life in danger. This was another attempt again by the state to put my life in danger and put me back in prison to have me killed. This is an absolute facade. It's ridiculous what's been going on. This case, all of my previous cases, if I'd have had a proper defence team for my previous cases, I've never been in jail for any of these things that have gone on. The state and the police have got away with doing what they've done to me. They're scared of the unity I bring to people and the opposition I bring to Islam. And currently they wish to do anything they can to pave the way for Islam to spread across our country. Anyone with any brain knows that who I am and the background to me and the threats against me, I should not be put in amongst or in locked rooms with Muslim murderers serving 30 years, because we all know what's going to happen. Now that's what this case was about. I was taken into a prison, I asked and I told them time and time again, I told them what's going to happen, I'm going to be murdered here. They then put me next 2 doors up from a Muslim serving 28 years for murder. Yeah? And then I have to react to protect myself, and when I do so, they try to prosecute me for doing so. Because they're not happy that I didn't get killed, they're not happy that I didn't get my face taken off with boiling hot water, they're not happy. I said, so then they're trying to put me back in. So yeah, there definitely has to have been strings pulled by someone in the hierarchy in order to put me in a position where I can get hurt each time. I was locked in a room in Wood Hill, locked in a room with Muslim prisoners. How does that happen? How does that happen? The judge seemed shocked. The judge was like, really? Even my QC said, what are we doing here? Well, we know what we're doing here. It's a further attempt to, whether they've got their result today or not, for the past 6 months, I've had this hanging over my head. It's been stressing. It's a weight today has been lifted off my shoulders that I've constantly carried that weight for 6 years for prosecution after prosecution after prosecution. So now I'm free again. For how long though?
It's the Jenny Hatt Show at Blogging Mothers Magazine, and I'm your host. Today I'm doing a report on the arrest of Tommy Robinson, and I just wanted to share a few observations. Number one, his work on YouTube is being scrubbed right now. I have been making some videos over the weekend ever since he was arrested, and it's getting harder and harder to find actual reports that were done by Tommy himself. So his body of work, his citizen journalism, his activism is being scrubbed. Number two, the way that the press is responding to this in the UK with this, bowing down to the judge's decree that they not report on the arrest of Tommy or the case that he was covering is another red flag. And I know that they were given a gag order by the judge and that people in the UK don't have free speech like we have here in America. But just the same, this absolute censoring of the press is, to me, the most troubling side to the story. Now, there is a reporter on Twitter named Stephanie Finnegan, who is a court reporter for the Examiner, I believe, the newspaper in England, and she's claiming that the arrest was completely done on the up and up, that they're just following the law, and that if everybody will just step back and take a deep breath, when it all comes out, we'll realize that what happened in the court was completely legal and nobody has to worry about anything, and we're all just a bunch of noobs for standing by Tommy. So my big issue with that is that it seems like the courts have bent over backwards to accommodate certain criminals and even use the justice system to enable many of them to get off or get a slap on the wrist when they've been found to be guilty of incredibly disgusting crimes around children. So the question I have as a person interested in this story is, why the harsh, almost incredibly unbelievable treatment of Tommy Robinson as opposed to people who are really, truly hurting children? It seems like there's some displaced energy in the court system. And given the fact that many of the elites in the UK culture seem to have issues around pedophilia and enabling of pedophiles, some of us are just curious and want to know why it seems like they're being protected. So those are the questions I'm having today. At the beginning of this video, I shared a clip of Tommy's citizen journalism out of a concern that if they continue to scrub YouTube, his reports may be gone. And so I'm going to spend today trying to find more of his old journalism so that people who are new to the story can find, why certain circles of people, and I'm talking about elite political operatives who perhaps are involved in child trafficking and pedophilia, may want someone like Tommy to just disappear. So I'm going to share some of that throughout the day. Again, this is Jenny Hatch, the Jenny Hatch podcast radio show. I hope you have a wonderful day and keep digging. This reporter has some serious and legitimate concerns, and she expressed that. Again, her name is Stephanie Finnegan on Twitter, and I read her thread, and I can see her point, but we have to step back and look at the whole big picture. And so my concerns as a citizen journalist revolve around the seeming inequality of the application of the law. And so I'm going to continue following the story, and I hope you will too.